Graham Elwood as military shill turns out to be a much bigger story than himself doing a tour or two. The Convo Couch channel was going nowhere until they got plugged by Elwood and Lee Camp. Then they didn't really go anywhere until they covered Jeff Epstein. The money clips for this show I'm putting up today are from November 21st, 2018. There are only 36 views right now. One of them is myself. Now, of course, YouTube might have some funky algorithm system which the view stats are not quite what they seem. They're actually lowered. I think they are. But I just want to set the scenery in which these people showed up out of nowhere, started getting plugged by Nico House and Graham Elwood. Later on it would be Jimmy Dore, so it's all the same ecosystem. The problem is the ecosystem is everywhere. People like myself are few and far between if we exist at all in any type of numbers. Every single time I've started to trust someone, it turns out they're just as full of it as these other people, and that they're in on it. That would be a digression. What I'm going to show today is how Graham Elwood was a career military fake comedian. I also want to point out Craig Jardula fake crying, acting, making a big deal out of a shtick like Elwood, in which he would cry a little bit, saying he was scared. And we'll play Jardula. I'll play that bit for you. So that's all I really want to take from this stupid interview. Convo Couch people were nobodies. They're worse than that. Jardula admits he's from the military. They all did. I researched all these people as best I could. They're COINTELPRO. This isn't GOP grifting. This isn't even grifting. These people are making money on the side from taxpayer money, from the military. We got Johnny and Glory caught filming for police at Echo Park. When they noticed they were being filmed by the German and Venice channel, they hid. They altered the video footage. They made it seem that they were going to move over a bit. They were going to check out this other area. But if you look at the German and Venice video, Glory was walking away. We know it's the same part in each video because of the way Glory bent down to Johnny in front of the tree. So I want to show Jardula making what Elwood did out to be something heroic, when I'm also going to show this was year after year after year. Elwood, the fake comedian, was propped up by the U.S. military. He was getting a paycheck, yet they put on this show as if the warmonger, Graham Elwood, the pro-military Graham Elwood, they make it seem that he had some type of epiphany. Is that the word? He had some type of, there's a word similar to epiphany. I always confuse them. But now's not the time for a digression. They flip it around. They try to make it seem Jardula was really taken aback. So here you have, this is basically the left-wing version of QAnon. That is as clear as this is. It's called good guy cops, good guy this, good guy that, versus bad guy this, bad guy that. These guys are saying, we were pro-military, and all these soldiers, they're serving us. He's a whiny man, so I made my voice go upward a little bit. They're trying to rewrite history. They're just generating these fake topics, these fake narratives in which to chart us. So that's all I wanted to share on this one, how Graham Elwood was a career military fake comedian, and how Jardula and the failed Turkish actress, Fiorella Isabel Im, how they were created by the military. It's gross, it's disgusting, it makes complete sense to anyone looking into this, how they're all seemingly on drugs with destroyed faces at young ages. I also want to share a little video here of, I like to take a look at Fiorella. So let's focus in a little bit on her for one of my pseudo live streams. I mean, I'm alive, I speak, and then I don't edit anything. When I do that, I do something like I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. So we'll do one of those.
Oh wait, where's my jacket? Oh my lord! Hold on.
He always does this. It's funny.
Gives me the thanks for dressing up number, and then he's just got a shirt with a zipper on it.
God, it's gonna hide my belly too, so it's... So we have a special guest in the house.
We do. He's awesome.
Yes, he's great. He's one of our favorites. He helped us out in the beginning to get the show going. He came on the show. He's a guy who had a really big inspiration. Once again, I like to put inspirations on our show. Yeah. Well, let me just say that Jimmy Dore narrative, too, we talked about this, too, in this household. I know Eric Zachary's on the line, and we love Eric Zachary. But when the left started smearing Jimmy Dore, even 2 weeks before the Francesca letter came out, that's when I had lost it. I was like, this is the most anti-war human on the planet right now. Can we show that clip, by the way? Because this is, you want to see the fear. I know my man over here.
20 minutes away from doing the show. I'm going to go on right behind that bunker. I just want to go home. I've only been here a fucking day. But I got to pull myself together and do the show. Let's go make him laugh.
I mean, I'm sorry I'm getting all teared up because, you know, I know you, Graham. I'm a friend of yours. And to hear your fear there, it really just, it shakes me to the fucking core, my man. And that you went over there and did that stuff, it's so beautiful. But the fear, and these people, these men, are children that we're sending off to fight on these lies.
And this was never more evident to me than when I went over in 2004 for my first comedy tour in Afghanistan. I went in 04, 06, 07, and I went to Iraq 07, 08, and 2011. And I went to a standalone tour of Kuwait in 2012, right? So when I went to Afghanistan in 2004...
I've been put on a week penalty box by YouTube for my video on Helen, Buyniski, and Harry Vox. I'll try to live and learn, temper my language a bit better. So they're basically getting away with anti-Semitism, but don't show too much emotion in pushing back on that stuff. I guess that's the rule. Or they just got me on some words. It's a computer. They hear the word Hitler, something like that. They hear that one too many times. I got a strike like that before. Another time I got a strike, or it was a warning. So I got, another time I appealed it, and they took it away. They went, oh yeah, that's not hate speech. So I get a warning, and now this will be my first strike. So I'll just have to temper my language, not go into Aspergian meltdown mode if I can help it. It's got about 3 or 4 days, and I don't feel like waiting to make another video, so I'll make these. I'll make this one and maybe see what happens. Maybe I'll make some more and I'll put them up on BitChute. And then as soon as I'm let out of the penalty box by the tech overlord YouTube, I'll upload the shtick to my YouTube channel. Because even though I am thinking of finding other platforms, I simply don't think any exist where we can just go and move. They're all the same, or they're just so small and going nowhere that no one's going to know you're there. The only reason someone would go to some of these other places is for prosperity. Is that the word? Not prosperity. Posterity. A lot of it today. I had a good lunch and it wiped me out and then I napped. The great thing about napping is that you end up with 2 days in one. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Fiorella's a mess. Look, the right side of her face, there's a tongue jut, the right side of her face, she's starting to get creased. She has creases on her lower forehead. That's from grimacing. The more people grimace, which is part of tardive dyskinesia, the more they create lines in their face. Fiorella is in a constant grimace mode. It's very subtle, but it's there. right there, her forehead, it goes a little bit reptilian, for lack of a better phrase. She's looking straight ahead at us. She's got serious tongue jut issues. Her jaw has tension. Her body's never stable. These people showed up out of nowhere. I'm hoping they get COVID. That would be the best outcome for these people to have the karma come back at them. Although, from reflecting on these idiots, these shills getting paid by the military, from reflecting on them, they are actors. They were probably vaccinated and all that stuff. And they're acting as if they're anti-vax. Alright, that didn't go all that great, but I'm mailing this in. The main thing I wanted to do was show that Elwood had an extensive career with the military. Jimmy Dore also did that stuff. Sam Tripoli did that stuff, supporting the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Now they want to turn it around and make it seem they're so anti-war. They're pro-war. These are what I coined as anti-terror agents. Oh, I know what I wanted to share. When Fiorella was on stage at the March for Medicare for All protest, so we'll take a quick look at her, how there's something very wrong going on with her face, that it's permanent, that she's done. These are actors that have drug issues. They're addicts. They even make shows about it because they get exposed as drug addicts and they want to entangle anything good on the internet they will get a hold of, and they'll try to manipulate it and entangle it with the crap that they do. Okay, here's Fee at the march. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. She looks intoxicated. You can really see how messed up her lower forehead is. All the grimacing, all the shaking. She's messed up physically beyond repair, at least in a cosmetic sense. She's not from Peru. Her family, I think she's from Cuba. I think she's from America, but I think her family's from Cuba, and that her ethnicity is actually Turkish and possibly Romanian. I think she's somehow related to the Homeland Security guy. Maybe not in the immediate family, but from that clan. CLAN. Look how messed up she is. They showed up out of nowhere. There's no there for their shticks. We all know this. People like me aren't allowed into the discussion. They put in controlled opposition. Look at her forehead. Look how drugged up she is. There's Jimmy Dore. What a frickin' joke.